My name is Srinidhi Hippargi, Data Science and Business Analytics Intern at the Sparks Foundation, GRIP, May 2021. In the last task, we tackled a regression problem where we had to predict percentage scored by a student based on students' study hour. In this task, we have to create a decision tree and visualize it graphically. The dataset that we used here is Iris dataset, which has 4 input attributes: sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal length. The target variable is species. The species are of 3 types: Iris setosa, versicolor, and virginica, as shown in the figure. Before starting any task, we have to import the libraries required for the task. We use pandas for data manipulation, NumPy for numerical computation, Seaborn and Matplotlib for visualization. We use readCSV method from the pandas to import the dataset into the notebook. We have to check if the dataset is correctly imported or not. We can do this by looking at few rows of the data. By looking at the data, we have ID column which is of no use, so let us drop it from our data. We have to check if there are any null values in our dataset. Luckily, we don't have any null values in our dataset. If there were any null values, we have to fill it. We have methods for filling. One such method is imputation. Let us visualize our dataset. By looking at sepal length on x-axis and species on the y-axis, we can say that Iris setosa has less values compared to Iris virginica, which has high values. Similarly, plotting sepal width versus species, we can see that Iris setosa has high values when compared to other two. Plotting petal length and petal width similarly versus species, we can see that Iris setosa has less values for both petal width and petal length. We can say that less special sepal length, high sepal width, and low petal length and petal width can be the characters of Iris setosa. We have to check if the data set and the target classes are equally distributed. We can see that we have 150 data points and all the classes are equally distributed. We have to create target values and input values to train our model. That is to create dependent and independent variable. We know that the target species column had text. We cannot use that in building the model, so we have to encode it. I used label encoder here. 0 refers to Iris setosa, 1 for Iris versicolor, and 2 for virginica. We have to split the data into training and test set. I have used 75% for training and 25% to test. You can play around by manipulating the values. We have to build the model using decision tree as stated in the task. We use Gini as a criterion. We have to fit the data using training dataset. Once the model is trained, we have to evaluate our model by testing our model with xtext, that is test dataset. Once the testing phase is complete, we have to evaluate our model using metrics. The good metrics that we can use is F1 score, where F1 score is weighted average of precision and recall, and it involves both false positives and false negative into account. What is the good F1 score? This might come to your mind. A F1 score tending towards 1 is a good score and tending towards 0 is worst score. Our model is performing good because it has F1 score of 0.92. The first subtask of this task is completed. We have to build a visualization graph of the decision tree as a second task. We will use libraries of PyDotPlus and GraphViz. This is the decision tree. The orange box is for Iris setosa, green for Iris versicolor, and purple for Iris virginica. We can see at the first block we have 112 samples, but the original dataset had 150 because we take out 25% of the original data while training the model. So we have 112 samples where 39 are of setosa, 36 virginica, versicolor, and 37 for virginica. We can predict our model. We can predict by using our model for the new upcoming data. The new data for the model is given in the line 24, and we can see that the model has predicted that the new value that has came is Iris virginica. Thank you.